To understand children's perspectives on self-generated sexual material online, we spoke to children from Ghana, Ireland and Thailand. Here's what they had to say.
I think self-generated material means nudes being sent out to people without their consent or them willing to see the nudes.
I think it means snapping pictures with no clothes and sending it to people online.
There are lots of reasons and motivations behind children sharing self-generated sexual material.
There are people who give these pictures to men or boys in the community for money. We are very poor here, so if someone offers money, girls will want to say yes.
Or like perhaps peer pressure, because they see other people doing it and enjoying it, so they feel the need to take part as well. Or opposingly, they could feel peer pressured by the receiver themselves, for example, by blackmail.
Children and young people are aware of the potential risks, but these vary depending on the country they lived in.
Or it could be leaked to others, which could give them anxiety, or they could be humiliated or bullied in school by friends or by family.
There is a fear for many children that they would be sent away if they told their guardians that they had done this. There would be a lot of shame brought to the child if they report.
Well, I think it could have a very big impact on them psychologically. It could lead to mental health issues, anxiety, you have no control over those photos. It's sort of like you're losing control over your own body. It could be very traumatizing for an individual, especially for a young teenager.
So what did we learn? In all countries, children and young people regard sharing self-generated sexual material as common. Greater emphasis was placed on images rather than video content. They are highly aware of the topic and the potential consequences associated.
Adults don't understand what the children are going through.
Teachers and counselors are the people who need to understand this issue.
I would either go to my parents, a very good friend, or the well-being team in school.
Although I have a lot of trust in my friends, but I would never tell them something if it's related to this.
Those interviewed suggested shame and stigma surrounding the issue stops children accessing support.
I feel like there's a lot of judgment, especially our family, especially if your culture is very conservative, or your religion you follow is against this kind. Especially talking to an adult these days, it's very difficult as they don't really understand our perspective, younger generation's perspective.
Most children probably just think that their parents just won't understand them and all they do is get in trouble instead of trying to see from the children's point of view.
If they tell their parent, they would be rejected by the whole family, especially their friends.
So what did we learn? In all countries, children and young people are skeptical about seeking support. They did not trust the support they received to be confidential. Many said they feared reporting would lead to negative consequences.
Tech companies can help keep children safe online by putting in more effort towards keeping their platform appropriate for young people.
I think some digital companies and apps kind of push things that are inappropriate for children towards kids. With algorithms and stuff, they need to make sure to cut that out.
Teachers and counselors are the people who need to understand this issue. They are the people we turn to and who can teach us how to be better and safer.
Parents, family or guardians can help their children online by learning more about the internet so that they can show their children.
In school systems, they could try to do more education on this. And I think they could speak more about issues like this. As adults, they usually listen to politicians. So I think speaking about topics like this is really helpful to educate the older generation about young minds.
It's definitely influencers, celebrities, entrepreneurs, because I think, in my opinion, they play a major role in a child's cognitive thought processes, because by social learning and observation, if you see a role model and they do something, it is very likely for the child to imitate their behaviors as well.
It is important to change the shame culture. This is the most important change that needs to happen. We need somewhere safe to report. There is nowhere in Ghana to go.
I would like my children to be safer than the children now.
So what did we learn? In all countries, interviewees highlighted a gap in education, both for them and their parents. They felt that schools, civil society organisations, the criminal justice system, and global technology companies all have a role to play in improving the response to this issue. The children we worked with wanted their views to be heard. Read the full report on our website.